हेलो फ्रेंड्स। ये हमारा ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम का तीसरा वीडियो है। मैं 10 मिनट से ज़्यादा एक वीडियो को नहीं बना रही क्योंकि फिर मुझे फ़ोन से ये अपलोड करने में प्रॉब्लम आती है। सो वर्चुअल मेमोरी के बारे में बात करते हैं। वर्चुअल मेमोरी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम में क्या इम्पोर्टेंस रखती है, तो ये देखते हैं। इट इज़ बेसिकली अ स्पेस ऑन हार्ड डिस्क विच इज़ यूज बाई सी पी यू एज एक्सटेंडेड रैम। सी पी यू के द्वारा यूज़ किया जाता है रैम का एक्सटेंशन के रूप में। इट इज़ ऑल्सो कॉल्ड लॉजिकल मेमोरी एंड इज़ कंट्रोल्ड बाई ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम। ठीक है। फिर इट इज़ एन इमेजिनरी मेमोरी एरिया विच इज़ सपोर्टेड बाई ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम। जो डी ओ एस हैज़ अ कैरेक्टर यूज़र इंटरफेस। कैरेक्टर यूज़र इंटरफेस है कम्युनिकेशन बिटवीन अ कंप्यूटर एंड द यूज़र कैन बी डन बाई यूजिंग कैरेक्टर्स. DOS is command-driven operating system that provides all the commands for file handling such as creating, deleting, copying, viewing the contents of files, etc. फिर one has to key in the commands on the prompt. In DOS, one has to key on the commands on the prompt. Prompt is a place where commands are issued, it may look like. फिर स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ डिस्क ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम क्या है, स्ट्रक्चर देख ले रहे हैं. देर आर 4 एसेंशियल प्रोग्राम्स एसोसिएटेड विद द कंट्रोल ऑफ कंप्यूटर एंड द वे इट इंटरेक्ट्स विद देम. बूट रिकॉर्ड क्या है, इट इंक्लूड्स लोडिंग द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इनटू मेन मेमोरी. इट इज़ द मेन प्रोग्राम ऑफ MS DOS. बेसिक इनपुट आउटपुट सिस्टम है. इट प्रोवाइड्स एन इंटरफेस बिटवीन द हार्डवेयर एंड programs. MS-DOS.sys program is a collection of program routines and data tables that provides high-level programs such as application programs. The command.com program, it provides standard set of commands that gives users access to the file management configuration and miscellaneous functions. Internal commands. There are two kinds of DOS commands, internal and external. Internal commands are automatically loaded into main memory when the booting process gets completed. Date, time, verification, volume, डायरेक्टरी कॉपी, ये सारे इंटरनल कमांड्स हैं. इनके फंक्शंस हम देख ले रहे हैं एक बार. एसोक the change file extension associations. Call one batch program from another. CD is change directory, move to specific folder. CLS is clear the screen, copy one or more files to another location. Date is display or set the date. Del is delete one or more files, display a list of files and folders. Delete one or more files. Delete is recovery console command that deletes a file. Directory is list the contents of one or more directory. Echo display message on screen. Erase delete one or more files. Exit quit the current script routine and set an error level. Go to direct a batch program to jump to a labeled line. If conditionally perform a command. MD is create new folders, move files from one folder to another. Path display or set up search path for executable files. Pause is suspend processing of a batch file and display a message. Return to a previous directory saved by PUSHD. Prompt is change the command prompt. Shift is shift the position of batch file parameters. Start a program command or batch file. Time display or set the system time. Title set the window title for a cmd.exe session. Display the contents of a text file. Verification display version information. Verify the files that have been saved. Volume display a disk label. Prompt command has some parameters which are given below. जैसे $Q इक्वल साइन है, डॉलर साइन, $T इज़ करेंट टाइम दिखाओ प्रॉम्प्ट. फिर $D इज़ डिस्प्ले डेट. $V इज़ शो DOS का कौन सा वर्जन नंबर है. $G इज़ ग्रेटर देन साइन, लोअर देन साइन. फिर इसके बाद है एक्सटर्नल कमांड. एक्सटर्नल कमांड्स रिक्वायर एक्सटर्नल फाइल्स टू बी लोडेड इन द कंप्यूटर टू रन. चेकिंग डिस्क, comparing disk, formatting, etc. External commands of DOS. Attribute.exe display or change the attributes of the specified files. Check a disk for and optionally repairs lost and cross-linked clusters. ScanDisk does a better job at finding and repairing these errors. Command.com. Start a new instance of the command interpreter. This file is usually found in the root directory of the boot drive. Debug.exe is test and edits executable files. Delete a folder and all its files and subfolders. Make an exact copy of a floppy disk. Copy the contents of one disk and place them on another disk. Delete one or more files or directories. Start a text editor you can use to create and edit ASCII text files. Windows 95-98 only extract files from a compressed cabinet file. Compare two files and displays the differences between them. FC. Find and search files for a specified text string. Format.com is format a disk. Keyb.com is configure a keyboard for a specific language. Label.exe is create or modifies the volume label of a disk. Change the level of disk drive. For mem.exe display the amount of used and free memory on the computer. Mode.com configure a printer serial port or display adapter, sets the keyboard repeat rate, redirects printer output from a parallel port to a serial port, prepare, select, refresh or display the numbers of the character sets, code pages or for parallel printers or the keyboard and screen and display the status of all the devices installed on the computer. Move.exe is move files and rename folders. Scandisk.exe is the real mode version of the ScanDisk. Start.exe is enable you to set various parameters for running Windows program from the DOS prompt. Create a bootable disk by copying Windows 98 system files and command.com to the disk. The extended copy command xcopy32.exe Windows 95 and Windows 98 only, the 32-bit version of xcopy. फिर है configuration of DOS. Configuration system auto execute bat provide the environment to computer to set commands. Executive files .com is .bat is batch files. Document files, text files, program files, overlays, system files. It adjusts the system according to the commands. Auto execute bat when the system is powered on this file executing automatically command line. WordStar, it is text based software. It works with the files that were essentially text with formatting commands such as the dot command. It was the first word processor used by DOS to write program. Some popular operating systems. Today's command line interface CLI's operating system can operate using only the keyboard for input. Modern operating system use a mouse for input with a graphical user interface sometimes implemented as a shell. ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम यहाँ पे देखते हैं, हाँ वैसे कुछ खास नहीं है. Microsoft Windows is a family of operating system for personal computers. Windows provide a graphical user interface, virtual memory management, multitasking and support for various peripheral devices. Bharat Operating System Solutions, BOS, GNU, Linux developed by CDEC, derived from Debian for enhancing the use of free open source software throughout India. Most recent versions of operating system are based on Unix because it has a good graphical interface, so it is both stable, does not crash often or have as many software problems as other systems may have, and easy to learn. One drawback of this system is that it can only be run on Apple produced products. Apple Macintosh सिर्फ Apple पर ही चल सकता है.